liked last Friday's weather, I've got good news for you. There's more wet, dreary, cold, drizzly weather in the forecast for tomorrow. Nice today, not tomorrow. And if you enjoy the cool temperatures we've had, I've really got good news for you. Those are sticking around as well. Nothing on radar right now. It's a nice day out there. It's going to stay cool. We'll have highs today in the low 50s, so we'll warm up a little better, I think, off to the west. 52, 53 degrees across the area from Cleburne to Hillsboro. Over here in Waxahachie and Corsicana, though, looking at 50 to 51 degrees. So I do think we'll be a little bit warmer off to the west, but we're staying in the low 50s pretty much area-wide. Here's what we've got on the way. We have this low pressure system here in the Nevada area, and that's going to continue to push off to the east, and you can see all of this moisture getting pumped into North Texas. Those will come together and combine with the already cool temperatures and just make tomorrow terrible. Again, if you enjoy that kind of weather, it's your kind of day. Perfect day for a warm soup, stew, chili, those kind of things. It's just going to be gross out there the next several hours as we get into the early morning hours. I think 6 a.m. This is the latest model run, kind of what it's thinking. It's showing this cloud cover. I think we're already probably going to have some light drizzle coming into the area. Light drizzle, light rain, those kind of things that really wouldn't register so much on radar, but there's going to be so much moisture in the area. I would be surprised if there wasn't at least some kind of moisture at the surface level. By 10 a.m. tomorrow, we should be much more widespread in terms of this light rain, and nothing too heavy at this point. I think it's, again, just going to be light rain, just drizzly, yucky stuff out there. Now, 2 o'clock, it does show some of this heavier activity out here. I don't think any of this is severe weather. We could have some heavier downpours mixed in. Again, plenty of moisture in the air, going to be very, very humid and wet in the atmosphere, so, downpours won't be out of the question. The thing is, we could get some claps of thunder, and with these storms that have stronger updrafts, we could see some small hail, maybe some graupel. I know graupel is usually associated with winter weather, but not looking at any kind of wintry precipitation. That's going to be up in Oklahoma. But the graupel I'm talking about, when these updrafts carry the rain up into the cloud and, it kind of bounces around up there in the really cold frozen air and then gets heavy enough to beat the updraft and then drop, the thing is, it won't have to work as hard to make graupel or hail because it's already cold. It's not cold enough for us to have wintry precipitation, but just understand that if we do get some hail here, it doesn't mean these storms are very strong. It just means we have stronger updrafts, and the already cool temperatures are kind of making the hail easier to get in some of these storms. I don't think it's going to be widespread hail. I think it'll be very, very isolated if we see it at all. But just don't be caught off guard if there's a few little ice pellets falling on you. But just know, it's not sleet. We don't have any wintry weather going on. Graupel, pea-sized hail, that's pretty much going to be it. 6 o'clock tomorrow shows most of this off to our east. I do think we'll still have some of that drizzly, yucky stuff in place. I think by 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow night, we should probably be drying out. But, dinner time tomorrow, that drive home, not going to be that great. So just be prepared for both drop-off and pick-up at the schools to be that gross, wet stuff we had on Friday. So just be prepared and have the kiddos prepared for that. So today is nice. It's chilly, 51 degrees today. East winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, so not terribly windy either. Monday, it's just a washout. We could get about an inch or so of rain out of this. Some of the luckier folks may get closer to an inch and a quarter or so, but 100% chance of rain, east winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour, 45 degrees. It's just a yucky out there. We recover on Tuesday. We're a little bit warmer, but we're still pretty cool. We're right around the mid to upper 40s. North winds of 5 to 10 miles per hour, so Tuesday will be nicer generally, but still pretty cool. Wednesday, we're in the low 50s again. Some of us could stay in the 40s. North winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. They're pretty chilly. And then as we get into the latter part of the forecast here, we're looking at temperatures dipping towards freezing for a few days. The only day that I officially have at the freezing mark is Thursday night, but just understand that really any of these days, especially if you're in a low-lying area where that cool air likes to settle in, we could be seeing light freezes throughout this forecast period. So if you're sensitive to that, if you're concerned about that, go ahead and take those precautions now. The thing about freeze warnings is even if we have freezes coming, you get one per season. So, we've had our one, right? So going forward, there won't be freeze warnings in place. At this point, you kind of assume going forward, hey, watch the forecast, see where it might be freezing, take those precautions now. I know some of those precautions are done season long. You just kind of start at the beginning of winter and go. Well, we're getting an early start on our cooler temperatures. This doesn't mean that there's any kind of major freeze in the forecast. No correlation there. But just understand that the latter half of this forecast, if you're sensitive or you have sensitive plants that could be a victim to those light freezes, go ahead and take those precautions now. Saturday looks a little bit cooler. Winds come back out of the north. We're 49 degrees, so we may not even make it out of the 40s there. But obviously, the main feature of this forecast for now, just keep in mind, Monday is cold and wet really all day, so be prepared for that as we go forward. And then again, overnights past Monday, just assume we could have light freezes across the area. Stay tuned for updates on tomorrow's rain coming in. I'll have updates on that, and of course I'll be monitoring just to make sure that somehow, some way, that low pressure system doesn't decide to sink a little further south. If it does, we could be talking about a little bit more wintry precipitation, but for right now, all of that pretty much stays north of the Red River. It's not in the cards for us. So just stay tuned for updates on Monday's weather, as well as the temperatures overnight this week as we get into a period of light freezes each night.